welcome back to MTD We're in India today with my buddy Vivek and talking about Hemant Tools. This video has been 60 plus years in the making before this young man was born and his father was running the company. I think it's really important when we talk about companies, we connect to family, we connect to the humanness behind why we got into business to begin with. So Vivek, let's talk about Hemant Tools, that journey, your father, the connection to your employees, and everything in between, shall we?
Yeah, absolutely, Tony. It's a pleasure to have you here. So about our company, it was started by my father, Mr. Yatin Zaveri, and he always had a very interesting take on things. Earlier, India was a very supplier-driven market, where the customers would come to our place and, buy the tools, and that was considered the norm. And he was one of the first people who actually started going out to the customers in those days to ask them what they need and service the customers. And, we started off with hand tools, with diamond dressers and things like that. And then CNC machines started coming into India. And then came the need for tooling of the CNC machines. And that's how our journey began. After a few years, my cousin Jay Shah, who's now the MD of Tangaloy India, joined the business. And he ran the company for about 10 years. And we got an opportunity to have a joint venture with Tangaloy India, which is part of Berkshire Hathaway and IMC Group. And that's when he left the company and I took over the company, and I've been running it ever since.
Well, I know your father is 78 years wise at this point, right? Which means you grew up in the industry. And I probably might be exaggerating a little bit that you were running around in diapers while the tooling. However, growing up in the industry, I imagine has given you a passion that's unique to someone who hasn't quite grown up in it. Do you feel like a real connectivity to the industry? Do you feel a connectivity to the employees and everything that you're doing and growing over the years?
Yes, absolutely. Tooling is our passion, and you know what makes our work fun and nice is we go to so many customers, we see different opportunities, different challenges, find different suppliers. That's what makes it very interesting for us, and the passion comes from solving our customer problems and thereby increasing our scope of working.
Do you by chance have a favorite story? And I will pause because we all know these interviews are unscripted, and I have not asked Vivek this question yet, but I am genuinely curious, and I bet you guys are too. Do you have a favorite story that your father might have shared from doing this from such a young age and having people come, and then he started going out? I mean, the industry was so different 50 years ago, 60 years ago, right? Do you have a favorite story he shared with you?
Yeah, he used to always tell me that people used to find it funny that he used to actually go out to the customers, because at that moment the norm was that the customer has to come to you and you have to sit on the counter and sell your stuff. So he kind of said, no, this is not how somebody should deal with the customer. And there's a saying that first they laugh at you, then you try, then they join you, and then you win. And it's something like that?
Yes, absolutely right. And look at what you guys have created together today.
Yeah, it's really amazing. For us, more than money or other things, tooling is a really interesting subject because the industry keeps changing. The machining, the way we do work keeps changing. Earlier we had slower machines, our labor cost was almost nil, so people were putting on more and more machines and going slower and slower. Now as the salary rates increase, the real estate increases, people want to go faster and faster, want to go more precise. So the demand of the tooling and the offering also keeps changing. And that's where we have to keep on updating ourselves, and that's really the interesting bit.
Very, very well said. And based on that principle, do you think one of the maybe not so secret gifts, but gifts of Hemant Tools is the ability to adapt to change and make sure your customers are still creating that success?
Yes, absolutely. One of our unique abilities is to get people to work with us, both our suppliers and our employees. We kind of create a platform where everybody feels the harmony. We are always transparent in our working. We are very honest. We tell our suppliers exactly what we are looking for. We tell our employees what we are offering them. You know, most of the times it's our employees who bring the unmet needs of the customers, and we find a suitable supplier for this. So that way, we are never just, how do you say, that this is what we do and this is all what we have, and you just have to look this way. No, no, no. The world is wide, and we have a wider view of things. We work with an open mind, and that way, everybody is involved in the process. Our customers, our employees, and our suppliers, you know.
Absolutely agree. And because you have this passion, I want to ask you one more time because I think it's important to reiterate. How much do your coworkers and employees mean to you? Because this really is the success of the company, isn't it?
They mean a lot to us. I always tell everybody that I'm not the owner of the company. You are the owner of the company. Always treat yourself like one. Think yourself that you are one. They have absolute freedom to work. We have so many solutions that it's really their creativity. They can create a solution and design it as per their customer needs. We have people working in our company, for as long as I remember, like you said, when I was in diapers, and they are still with us. People work with us 20 years, 30 years, 15 years, because we have a good culture, we are transparent, we tell our people what we expect from them and how they will be rewarded. And more so, it's a platform where everybody has a voice. If something is going wrong, they can say it openly. If they want to do something differently, they have a free hand. So anybody who has a creative mindset and a passion for tooling and wants to work in a place where he feels like he's the owner of the company, we are that place, and that's why people stay on longer. Our suppliers, work with us for many years. Our people, and that's, stay on board for many years. And that's how the longevity of the business comes about.
I absolutely love that about how you allow them that type of freedom, courage, strength, the ability to be their own leader, right? So I like that a lot. There's a saying in English in America that says the proof is in the pudding.
Absolutely.
And what that means is when you mentioned, as you just said, diapers, the people have stayed with you the entire time. And with all of that being said, I guarantee you there are people out right now going, well, how can I get a job? And also there's machine companies out there going, well, how can I get in touch and buy some tools? So between those two things, is there anything that you could offer the audience to let them know how to get in touch with you?
Yeah, absolutely. You can go to our website, www.hemanttools.co.in. That's HEMANTTOOLS.co.in. Also, one more thing which I just forgot to say.
Yes, please.
If I can add. Out here, we give our employees freedom to make mistakes. I mean, if you want to try something and you fail, that's absolutely fine. We like it. We like the thrill of doing something new. And that's what takes us leaps forwards.
So with all of that being said, Vivek, we really appreciate you. I mean, Hemant, your father, what you guys have created, the foundation, being across the country now, we always wish you success. I know the people out there watching are grateful that you shared that story as well to get to know you better. It's often so important to share a piece of who we are with the audience and let them know what's going on.
Thank you, Tony, for coming over. It's a pleasure to have you.